Okay, hey guys, it's Will, Fletcher Outdoor. Welcome back. Please watch this one until the very end. I am going to spill some tea on the business. So you're not going to want to miss that. Couple of cool things in between. So thanks for stopping by.
We got course, but course doesn't cut it. Had a good run, end up with nothing but a 3x5 as you hide in a drawer. We swung for the fences and came up short. Yeah, you win some, you lose some. It ain't always home runs, and that's just the way life plays. If we were a team and love was a game, it would have been the '98 Braves.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have found ourselves in a little bit of a pickle. This trailer wrapped around this pole right here. Not an ideal situation here, folks, with the 10,000 pound machine on the trailer. I'm locked in here, and if I go backwards, same problem. So, it's a pretty tight turn, and I've done it many times. But today was the day I just turned it a little bit tighter. So my idea was to unhook from the trailer and then rehook to it. And I made the problem worse. So I think my only option at this point is to take the skid steer off, to lift the trailer over. The only problem is if I back off the trailer right now, I'm gonna back into this RV. So I've got to figure out how to get the trailer straightened up a little bit. This is also the first time that I've started this since the ice. It should start because it's a new machine, but wouldn't that suck? So hopefully it starts. Once I get it off, I'm gonna try to see if I can get the bucket under it just to kind of pick it up and drag it a little bit. I don't know what kind of grip I'm gonna get with the bucket, so that may not work. If it doesn't work, I'll just strap it and pull it, but hopefully it starts. We'll see what happens. That did not work. We have to strap it. Gosh, now I gotta re-unhook the trailer. Because watch, as soon as you guys remember I showed you the bumper, how close it was to the front of the trailer? As soon as I move the end of the trailer this way, it's also gonna close the gap on the bumper. I could damage the bumper. God, what a pain in the butt this is. Back it in right the first time.
Now, featuring Will Fletcher, the biggest dingbat.
All right, we did it. Okay, back in the home office, and last week I teased that we were gonna have a consultant come in and follow us around with cameras and film our operation and do some business coaching for us and then post it on their YouTube channel. So today I'm excited to announce that is Mike Andes and his team will be in McKinney on February 11th. He is the owner and founder of Augusta Lawn Care. They have like 200 locations and they're doing over $60 million a year in revenue. Over 250,000 YouTube followers. So this guy really knows what he's doing. And now he spends his time traveling across the US on like a business makeover show and meeting with owners like me to help fix their business. So we're really excited about it. With that being said, I figured I would share a couple of delicate details with you about the business because they'll end up coming out on Mike's channel anyway. So the reason I applied in the first place was because we are growing like crazy. We did $1 million in sales last year. And like I said, there's a pretty good chance we're going to double again this year. On $1 million budget after paying myself, all my guys, the equipment, and some of the other obligations that we have, there was basically no money in the business account, which is a problem, but it's not an uncommon problem for a small business. So we have goals of being much larger than $1 million a year, north of 10 million, and probably much farther north of that is what we're aiming for. And so we need to fix that problem now so that as we grow, we're not spending 10 million to make 10 million. That's not a very good business. So here's where I think a lot of our conversation with Mike will focus. The clip that you're seeing now, it's February 8th. I'm going to air this on Sunday. The meeting's on the 11th. The next time you see me on YouTube will be like a debrief of that conversation. So it'll be interesting to see if I'm right here. But here's what I think that conversation is going to be like. So any construction company is made up of like 3 basic components. I'm going to draw a little pie chart here. 3 basic components. So we've got sales, we've got operations, and we've got admin. Okay? So of these 3 components, Fletcher Outdoor is doing the sales part very, very well. I spend basically 100% of my time in one of these 2 departments, sales or operations. Like I said, the revenue just keeps going up. We're not having any problems in sales. And frankly, we may have to slow this down. I don't know that Mike will make this recommendation, but he could, that you slow down, fix the issues, and then turn the sales engine back on. That may be a route that we need to go. Because again, we're looking at this from a long-term standpoint. I'm going to be in this another 15, 20 years. So if I need to slow down for 6 months or a year to have a really sustainable business, I'm willing to do that. But hopefully we can just keep the trajectory that we're on and fix while we're growing, because I'm a sales guy and I like the big numbers. But I'll be interested to see what he says about that. So if we're doing a 10 out of 10 here, I would say in the operations department, we're probably doing a 6 or a 7 out of 10. Now, our product is a high quality product. We have really happy customers. So we're putting out good product. The problem is I don't think that we're doing it very efficiently. And I know there's gaps and there's leaks and there's holes that we need to plug. And that's a big reason why the checking account for the business looks the way that it does right now. So once we clean some of this, some of that profit will start to resurface. Okay, now the third part of the business, and candidly, like this is where we're really struggling. I don't spend nearly as much time in this side of the business. Really what we need is to hire somebody full time. And that's what I'm really hoping. A path forward on finding someone to run this department. How can we afford it? Who is it? What kind of qualities do they have? Like that's really what I'm hoping that this meeting with Mike is about. Because if we can find that person, I think 2026 and beyond is going to be crazy. So I'll see you next Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great time watching the Super Bowl.
We got coast, but coast doesn't cut it. Had a good run, end up another.